In a minute time, we'll be starting. And I just hope this will be the last. Okay, this will be the last one. So even if we don't complete it, okay, we're gonna complete it. I'm gonna shorten everything. I don't know if I should shorten. Let me close music so that I'll have enough time. Okay, so you're not seeing my screen before you. Are you for you? My recording, camera. If you can see my screen, indicates. If you can hear my voice clearly, also indicates. So we can start to finish things off. Okay, you might have been asking to understand this. Perfect, boy, noisy. I wonder where the noise is coming from. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. So you're trying to beat the market makers, right? This is a format, like a complete format on how I studied BTMM, right? Exactly what I'm giving you here. And it's very, very applicable to what's happening in the life markets. So the market makers you're trying to beat, you need to actually understand them, right? Who are the market makers? What are the market makers? Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. And I will expect an answer. Who are the market makers, or what are the market makers? Yeah, you can drop your answers in the comment in the chat box. Who are the market makers, and or what are market makers? Who or what are market makers? What are market makers, right? What are market makers? So let me. What are market makers? You might have heard of market makers, market makers. You know, I'm asking you guys, what are market makers? Who are the market makers? Bank institutions, okay, the big players like banks, financial institutions, and hedge funds, correct? Now, this person that said catfish, tell me the reason why after now you won't forget everything you planned. Okay, so the market makers are it's not just a single should I say, let's put it this way, right? They are like a collection of major financial institutions, right? And you've already named them, the banks, the the hedge funds, right? A whole lot of things, the whales, yeah, all of them. They are all what who makes up the market makers, right? These are the people we are trying to should I say, with the name, the people you are trying to understand their objective to retail traders, right? Now, remember, they are the big players. They have the money there. They are very liquid, right? They have liquidity to control the markets. Okay, so the market makers are the whales, right? The institutions, a whole lot of, yeah, exactly. So let me type it here. At least a good number of you guys have an idea of who the market makers are, right? Yeah. So I'll be using Charles exclamation, right? So they are all the same thing, but then just to make sure that the market makers, right, are a collection of financial institutions, right? And you know what the financial institutions are, right? Financial institutions, right? When you hear collection, right, a like more of like several bodies, like collection of financial institutions. Here is not quite gracious, right? So let me type here hedge funds. You've heard of the hedge funds, right? I'll write the banks also, right? Wales, etc, etc. They are the big players, right? You can't beat them in the game because they provide liquidity in the game also. In the trading, they provide liquidity there. So you can't, without them, the markets won't be moving because we retail traders don't have that capacity to move the market. So all of these I mean the big market, I don't mean low market cap coins. When I talk about markets, I mean a trillion capped market, right? Billion dollar market cap, right? We don't have such liquidity to pull up to 2% of it, right? So yeah, a collection of financial institutions, right, that are able to move the market in their desired directions, right? So that are able to move the market to their desired directions, that are able to move the markets, able to move the markets, right? Markets. This is the last section, right? It will be ending after this one. We end for today, then continue tomorrow, right? They're able to move the market to their desired, move the market to their desired direction, to their desired directions, right? Directions to a certain level against the retails. Oh my gosh, against the retails to a certain level, right? I'm gonna stop here. Okay, let's analyze with an aim of making money because all of these things is to make money from it. We can aim with an aim. After typing this thing with an aim of making money, right? Full stop. Let's stop here. Enter. This should do. Okay, let me continue with my detailed explanations, right? Now you should actually know that the market makers are responsible for the liquidity being provided in the market, right? If I'm to scroll below, I don't do anything in the charts, but then if I'm to scroll for all of these moves, all of these great moves and everything you see there, right? The market makers are okay. Let's take a look at this December, this weekend. You see that we've been ranging, right? All of these big institutions, right? All of these financial institutions, rather, they are on a, should I say, on a break? Yeah, they should I say, on a holiday, right? And the money is not flowing there because they are not doing anything in the market. So we've just been consolidating or doing some useless moves like this, some irritating moves like this. When we move little, we come back there again, things like this, ranging like a choppy market, rather a choppy market, because there is no much money flowing into the market at this time, right? The big players there, they are out of the market at this point. So you could see their need, right? You could see their usefulness. So they are responsive, they provide liquidity for the markets, right? They provide liquidity for the markets. Let me add another thing there, right? Okay, so now I'm an SMC trader. Sometimes the market makers are not against the retails. They don't, well, they need the retails to make money, right? But then it's not totally like they're against the retails, because without them, we don't think we can make money from the market, right? Because we need such liquidity, right? And we cannot trade against them. So instead of trading against them, we need to find an edge to flow with their flow, right? Let's say we know that the chart is going to pump. Instead of you trying to trade against the market entirely, because the candlesticks you're seeing there is like orders of should I say current orders being stacked up, and those orders are money. So you trying to trade against all of those bullish candlestick, trying to shut it down when it's pumping too much impulsively, right? So you're trying to trade against the total trend, and then you end up losing money. So this way, all of these concepts, all of this trading strategy provides you with a better way of capitalizing with all of the trends. If we are bullish, you can actively capitalize on a long setup and then make money from longing the market. And if the entire market or the entire price action is or the entire structure is bearish, you can switch to selling the market to the downside, right? So I will add something more here before some other last lines, right? They provide liquidity for the markets, right? They provide liquidity. They are responsible for the liquidity being provided in the market, right? They provide liquidity in the market, right? They provide liquidity. They provide liquidity. Liquidity. I should be sleeping by now. They provide liquidity, right, in the market. Markets. Yeah. Now, so let's look at three things to end, two or more things to end the section, right? So, okay, these are the market makers. Now you've understood the market makers, who the market makers are, or what the market makers are, right? Let's look out to the last stage, right? Let's look out for the last stage, right? So, and you must understand, these are retail objectives, right? These are the retail objective, how the retail traders want to these are how the retail traders want to capitalize on trading with the market makers, right? Now the market makers also have their own objective, right? Now let me copy this clone, right? They have their objectives, right? Market makers objective. They have their own objective of the market maker. No, that is gonna be old. Market maker objective, right? So market maker objectives, right? And one of your objective is to induce traders to take positions, right? You've heard of inducement, right? Inducement. You've heard of inducement. Yeah, so to induce traders to take positions, right? The traders, you and I, the retail traders, to take positions, right? To take positions. right? So to create panic, right? Because let's say now we have a sudden spike in the markets. And if I should tell 10 of you guys active here to analyze the markets, some of you may be having a bullish bias, some of you will be having a bearish bias. But then let's assume in a case where you guys are still having all of this bias, the markets are like all of a sudden should I say a move happened in the market, a very big move happened in the market. You see that both the person that is bearish we start should I say we start changing narrative to be bullish, and the person that is bullish may start looking for places to show, like everywhere I get should I say all of the traders, all of their previous narrative of longing or shorting, they will all get shattered, right? You see some traders doing the opposite of what they wanted to do, right? And they will start opening, some persons will even go and short the trade without looking at the candlestick. So we have them here, like if we are at 7 here, I think 20% of them 20% when price is spiking, they rush to open position without looking at the charts. Yeah. And you will lose money, right? So to create panic and fear, to get traders to think irrationally, right? So should I write all of these things? So to create panic and fear, right? So let me check if I'm recording this. Panic and fear to make traders think irrationally, right? All right, so these are the second objective. Let me give space. Second objective of the market makers, right? Hit stop losses and clear orders, right? You're familiar with this. You're familiar with this one. I shouldn't say much. So hit stop losses, and is that stop losses correct? Okay, so hit stop losses and clear orders, right? And clear orders. You know that in your stop loss, right? The money they make there, when your trade hits stop loss, right? That is the money there. We have millions of traders opening positions. So you can imagine if all of them there with their risk. Some persons are risking way too much. Sorry, not way too much. Some persons are risking a good amount of money, right? While some are risking very little, right? But then if a million of them should come together, you see that if all of them their stop losses should be taken out, right? See that it will be a very big money, right? Flowing out of the market to some person's pockets. Yeah, so hit stop losses and clear orders. Okay, I don't want to do let's stop here, right? So these are one of the objectives of market makers, right? Now, okay, sometimes I've experienced this thing last year. I placed a trade on Avalanche, and the trade has an SL there and a TP, but then there was this spike. I was long in Avas, right? There was this spike that happened, and then my SL didn't trigger, nothing triggered. I think Avas was over $46 then, like a greater amount, yeah. And I was losing money right in my eyes, having your two orders being open, right? Some of these things happen, all of these, all of a sudden spikes, yeah, they happen. So let me just take that last slide so that it will look much simpler. So you've known the objectives of the market makers. At least this one should get you to be informed about the kind of trading concepts you're trading, right? You're an ICT concept trader, but then you do not understand this thing, what the concept is trying to tell you, right? You're just trading it because you want to make money off the financial markets. Not actually, right? You need to understand the kind of concepts you are trading, and before you start trading them, right, you need to understand how these concepts, like should I say the foundational knowledge behind them. How do I put this? You need to understand the foundation of the concepts you're trading. Yeah, that is way cooler. You need to get an in-depth information on the kind of concepts you're trading, right? Now, this same thing applies to smart money concepts. Now, let's replace the BTMM with SMC concepts, with SMC, right? You see that is the same thing there. The same thing that I've listed here is the same thing that is happening in SMC, right? The same exact same thing that is happening. You see all of these things there present there, right? Let me just stop here. Yeah, all of these things here are very damn. All of these things here are present. Beats the market maker. Okay, it's cool. So all of these things are present. If you are trading smart money concepts, you will have to understand what the market makers are and their objectives, right? To understand how market makers manipulate or move the markets, right? To understand stop ons and stand out from most retail traders. All of this one here boils down to understanding liquidity, right? This thing here boils down to understanding liquidity, right? Now this one is about adding much you adding your SMC concepts you've already known plus chart patterns, right? Adding SMC concepts to chart patterns and creating panic and fear, right? It's something that has to do with mental analysis. Mental analysis. When we talk of psychology, trading emotions, things like that. Sorry, this creates panic and fear because if you have a poor should I say if you have a pure should I say, behavioral attitude in the market, any little thing that happens freaks you out. If your trade is reversing back to entry, you feel like this trade is going to hit stop loss. If anything happens in the market, you get freaked out, right? Things like okay, you already got my point, so no need to stress further, right? Hit stop losses and clear orders, right? All of these things, there are liquidity days, right? All of those things. And also recall, most times your analysis could be correct and then price still invalidates your regions. Yeah, your analysis as a person, as a trader, as an analyst could be 100, let me don't say 100%, but then it could be correct that they are gonna play, right? But then price invalidates them and then does its things. That one is normal, right? It's normal to happen. But then there are scenarios where the situation in the markets will make you take positions in a wrong way, like more of like a fake entry points that when you make your trade at that point you get taken out. Something like when these market makers induces you to take positions, inducements, right? When you get induced to take positions, you tend to enter at the wrong side, right? Inducement takes you into the market at the wrong time, right? And liquidity takes you out. Yeah. Inducement takes you into the market, right? Recall at the wrong time, you get to enter the market at the wrong time, and then liquidity takes you out. When price tends to grab liquidity, obviously you get taken out, right? Now, now you've understood some trading strategies and trading concepts I've just talked about, right? Now let me show you the next thing for tomorrow, right? The next thing for tomorrow. I've tried to explain, let's take a little scroll, right? I've tried to explain I've tried to explain the retail strategy to you. I've tried to explain the trading strategies and concepts, right? The retail, Falcon, SMC or ICT concepts, indicator traders, algo traders, BTMM, and I've listed some of the important things you need to know about all of these concepts and to tell you that all of them works, right? All of the concepts here works. Yeah, and well, I don't know if I should leave that for tomorrow. But then everything here works, and we went further to going a little in depth on understanding what smart money concept is trying to tell you, right? What smart money concept is trying to tell you, not technically, because we are not dealing with charts here, not technically, right? Understanding what the smart money concept is trying to tell you, objective of retail traders and objective of the market makers, who the market makers are and how to go about them, right? Now you've known about some trading strategies. You've known about some trading strategies. Then tomorrow we should look out for trading approaches, because trading approaches. Let me type something now. Say trading approaches. Trading. If I say everything in one day, what am I gonna say in day 2 and day 3? Trading approaches. Approaches. Trading approaches. Let me show you some likes. Let me just say, oh, we've already reached. Let me take this thing to another place. I don't want to be seeing those candlesticks. Okay. So when I talk about trading approaches, now the reason why person A, let me just give some graphical illustration. This is one person, right? This A, right? This person B, right? Anytime this section finishes, that is when I'm gonna end, right? This person B and then this C, right? Now these three persons here, I just drew here, they are all traders, right? We are all traders. We are all let me try to give them head. Okay, because it should be nice so you get to understand better. We are all traders here, all of us here, all of these heads you're seeing here, we are all traders, clone. Sorry, clone again. Right, these are three different types of traders, right? Now, if I want to tell person A to check what's on the charts for me, right? If I want to tell A to check what's on the charts for me, you see that A will see a different thing to B, right? Not just different thing. I shouldn't have said it were a different thing. Right? Sometimes let me just make my labelings. Wish I was dealing with more advanced students. I won't be doing things like labeling for them. But then it's cool to label some. Okay, so person A, B, and C, right? So if I'm dealing with these three traders, if I should tell this person to check, these are all SMC traders, right? They are all trading smart money. They are all trading smart money concepts, right? But now they are all traders of different approaches, right? This one trade smart money concepts, smart money concepts, smart money concepts, and I tell them to check the charts. This person will find a different approach to analyze, right? This person will find another approach, right? Another person all of them have a different approaches, right? Now, when you're trying to pay for someone's course or learn from someone, right? We are not trying to learn their trading strategy, right? Let's say you've already known what SMC is. You're trying to understand their trading approaches because we have several approaches. Every one of us here as a trader have several ways we approach the markets, right? If I'm to go to BTC charts now and go to 3 minutes time frame and say, let me analyze the trade, right? Yes, fine. I may spot the same thing with every one of you, but then I may be seeing a long, you guys will be seeing a short. And at the end of the day, both the long and the short will play out fine, right? Everyone won, right? Or I may tell you guys to analyze the trade, and I myself, I analyze the trade. At the end of the day, mine may hit SL, yours will play out, right? Or the opposite will happen, yours will hit SL, mine will play out. Or even the way I use in selecting my POIs may be completely different from yours. I may be choosing my POI from a fair value gap point, right? Who is talking? Yeah, so I may be choosing my POI from I may be choosing my entry from a different point of interest, right? I may be using an order block to take my trades. Another person may be using fair value gaps, and the other person may be using breaker blocks, right? Or even how I feel like everything is they are all the same, but then how the person approaches the market, it's what make all of us different, right? Okay, so this section will be ending in 10 minutes, so I should round up, and I'm already rounding up. So this is what you're gonna look out for, because I believe I as a person I've been doing well analyzing the markets, right? I've been doing well in my trading. When I go to the charts, I know things that I'm going to look out for. When I don't see them, I close my I close my phone for the day. I don't trade again. You as a trader, you may not know what to look out for. You may just be confused, or you may know what to look out for. Well, then you don't have a certain edge on how to play them, right? Or some may have, some may not, right? Now, you trying to learn from me is like trying to understand how Ben approaches the market, why he is different from A and C, right? Why B is different from A and C, or why C is different from B and A, right? These are all trading approaches. What makes all of us different, how we approach the market, how we approach the financial market. It can be in terms of fundamental analysis. Some persons approaches even in the DeFi world, you see some persons how they approach, how they do their research, their approach is different from others, right? Their research methodology. I mean, I understood DeFi, I learned DeFi very well. So and I trade with fundamentals very well. I capitalize my I use fundamentals and TA to trade, and they work effectively. So how I may use FA, my research methodology may be different from another person's own, right? Same thing goes with TA, right? How I approaches the market will be different from another person's own. How this person approaches the market will be completely different from how the other approaches the market, right? And then there is something more important in these trading approaches. Some trading approaches have a higher win rates, right? Now, these where some traders may be lagging behind. You may be having a more failing approach. Let's say when you go to the chart, you know everything, but then you don't know how to capitalize on what you know. You don't know what to do next, right? Some of those failures from not understanding the charts may just come up to you. And so some trading approaches are should I say are more understandable, right? They are less complicated than the rest, right? Than the others, right? So tomorrow we go live in the charts. I've used today to explain to both the newbies and the advanced students or people who are just joining for the first time, newbies, intermediates, basic, advanced on trading strategies and trading concepts. Yeah, so I'll be opening the group right away and I'll be closing it in a shorter span. Yeah, but then we have 7 minutes. If you want to ask me a question, yeah, you can ask me the question. Okay, someone asked that account, that forex trading this thing. Yeah, that is a pro firm. Yeah. He's a student of mine. He trades the forex. Yeah. He has already been to the forex game before he met me, but then I had to up the trading game. So we are still on the process. Learning never ends. It's a prop account and he trades really well. Yeah, he's very good in trading and very determined. Most of you are relenting. He's very, very determined in trading. Very, very determined and hardworking. So which strategy do you advise us? Do you advise to start learning with? Jesus Christ. Hey God. It depends on you, right? You can actually me as a trader, I use smart money concepts. But before I use smart money concept, I've already learned all of the others. I've learned all the strategies apart from what is the name? The algo trading. I don't know anything about algo because it takes a lot and lots of equipment. Yeah. So, but then I learned all the strategies. And being frank, I came back to ICT concepts because it has more it has a well-defined entry point, right? It has a well-defined entry point that let me try to do something. It has a well-defined entry. Wait, let me go to Earth. I think I analyze the trade setup. Ethereum to show you something. So ICT concept, I trade that, yeah, very well. This is so you see that they have a well-defined entry point, SL. You know where to set your SL, you know where to set your take profit targets and things like that. Yeah. So I'm not saying that others doesn't, right? What I'm trying to say is that ICT concepts in all the strategies, I've tried them all, but then I so much loved and enjoyed analyzing using the ICT concepts. Yeah. Calm down, everything is a process here. There. Who is this person? Manuel on the BC. Yeah, so I've given out very big vital information today. So let me open a group in case you guys want to say something. Okay, the group is opened. And next year, I said I will make a whole lot of money next year. We'll make a whole lot of money. Or do I say I will make a whole lot of money because I do believe in myself. I'll be entering the forex markets, right, with several persons. Yeah, I'll be entering the forex markets. Not that I'm gonna leave crypto because I need to expand and then try several things in the forex markets. Yeah, so let me ask the question. So there is a lot of money to make next year, yeah. But then that ends for the section tonight. You all take care and then good night. Which year do you start trading? I entered crypto 220, but then I started learning CA 221. Yeah. I was in secondary school when I started doing crypto. Yeah, Ben is 18 years. I'm a guy, yeah. Thank God you guys are here. I'm actually a guy. I'm a guy, right? Yeah. And a young guy for that matter. But it doesn't matter, everything counts. Being 18 and doing all of these things, I should be proud of myself. Yeah, I've opened the group, so you guys should flaunt the group. And then anything that has to do with trading, if anything that has to do with trading, please make use of Crypto Digest Twitter handle. I'm not the person handling that, so my account there is Investor Ben on Twitter, or my personal WhatsApp number, the one of Investor Ben, the one I'm using to text you guys, right? Apart from those ones, the Crypto Digest there is a total different person, right? I'm the founder, yeah. But then anything that has to do with trading, please make inquiries using the Twitter handle. Yeah, you'll be attended to very fast, very, very fast. Anything that has to do with trading. Yeah, so we're gonna end it for tonight here. Gonna end it for tonight here. Yeah, you all take care. And yesterday was Christmas, so Merry Christmas in Aries. Aries, yeah, so. And this thing should end. Let's play music if you enjoy music. We have a few minutes to join. Oh, then let me end this section. Sorry, I mean.